What's up, you guys? General Boom here, bringing another episode of Boom Beach. Today, we're gonna attack Dr. Terror, and it seems like I've been getting Dr. Terror visit more frequently than before. I don't know if it's just me, or if Supercell updated it, or if I'm just hallucinating. I'm probably hallucinating. We're gonna attack Dr. Terror with the water strategy, as well as some tanks, and I'm gonna go in depth about why I chose the strategy for the reasons. So first of all, we're gonna attack Dr. Terror stage 1. It's kind of self-explanatory. There's only one defensive tower, and only one boom mine. So it seems that I cannot take out the flamethrower with 3 artillery shells. So I decided to I had to use 4. And at this point, it's more reasonable if I use a barrage on the boom mine instead of an artillery shell, because I used so much artillery shell that it's cheaper to use a barrage, which is kind of weird, and it's kind of hard to see it, because usually you don't use a barrage just for one boom mine, but I have to take care of that, or else it would destroy my troops. And now my warriors are just gonna take down the headquarters, and boom, just like that, Terror goes down, and this is only Terror stage 1. Power stones do really help you in Boom Beach, because they create the statues that they create really do give you an edge, especially if you don't spend any diamonds like me. Whether it's boosting resources or boosting your troops' health, or even your defensive towers' health, it's very helpful. So with Terror stage 2, you always want to take out defensive tower that deals high damage. Deals a lot of damage, like cannons and boom cannons, even grouped up mines as well as boom mines, because for high defensive tower that deals high damage, like cannons and boom cannons, they don't give your troops time to heal themselves, and that's one of the main characteristics of warriors that make them so special and different from other troops. So you want to always take out those. And for sniper tower, you want to make sure that they don't gang up on one warrior, because if they gang up on one warrior, it's again, they don't have time to heal themselves. So I'm gonna deploy a shock bomb on the right as well, because I guess 2 of my warriors decided to go on the right and try to save as much health as possible to try to minimize the casualties. And Terror goes down with a flare in his house, or in your house. So let's move on to Terror stage 3. It seems like we're doing so good so far. And with this, again, you always want to take out this defensive tower that does that deals high damage, like cannons and boom cannons. As well, you just want to get rid of splash damage, like machine gun and flamethrower, because when they fire at the warriors, warriors are usually clumped up together, and they can just take out a whole mass of warriors, and warriors are clumped up together, and they don't have really warriors don't have a range at all, so the machine gun and flamethrower will be able to reach them both and destroy them. So right now at this point, the mortars are attacking my warriors, but they don't pose much of a threat, because they're not really upgraded, as well as they don't do that much damage on warriors compared to their flamethrower and machine gun. So let's go to Terror stage 4 and let's see about this base. So as you can see, there's a really highly upgraded flamethrower as well as a machine gun. But who said you always have to attack it straight on? You can attack. You don't have to attack it straight on. You can go around it. And that's what makes Boom Beach so special, is that there's always more than one way to attack a base. So as you can see, I've totally avoided the really highly upgraded flamethrower, which has just wiped out a lot of my troops. And I'm going to throw a medic there just to try to save up my troops' health. And with this, see, I'm inside the safety radius of the rocket launcher, so that's why with warriors, it's one of the good things is that if there's a rocket launcher near the headquarters, warriors don't have a range, which means they can be inside the safety circle of the rocket launcher, because rocket launcher can't target things that are nearby. So let's go to Terror stage 5. As you can see, there is some really highly upgraded sniper tower, as well as a cannon and boom cannon. And again, a really highly upgraded sniper tower is just like another cannon, because they do a lot of damage and they'll give your troops enough time to heal. Right. So with this, I'm going to take out the cannon and the boom cannon. luckily that I had enough energy to do that. And after that's done, I'm going to deploy my warriors onto the beach. And after my warriors go onto the beach, hopefully they will go towards the one on the left closest to the beach. But I guess some of them went to the left. And with this, at the moment, I just threw a shock bomb so I could like try to save as much health as them. And with shock bombs, you wanna, and using wisely, you wanna be able to get as much defensive tower as possible. Try to shock as many defensive towers as possible. And as you can see, my troops kind of wander off, but my warriors are doing what they do best: taking down headquarters. So after taking out the headquarters, it seems like I got quite a bit of resources, at least stone and iron wise, and a power stones. And statues really do help. They really do help. I cannot overemphasize the helpfulness of statues. So with Terror Stage 6, I wasn't able to take it down with warriors because of the fact that there are so many cannons, moon cannons, and really highly upgraded sniper tower that will be able to reach all my warriors when they go for the headquarters. But with tanks, they have such a far range that almost like half of the defensive tower doesn't really matter to them because of the fact that they have such a far range and some of the defensive tower can't reach them. With tanks, you need to think about the energy that you spend taking down cannons and boom cannons, because it takes energy to deploy the tank, so it changes the whole playing field. You not only have to worry about taking out tanks, taking out boom mines, boom cannons, and cannons, but you also have to worry about do you have enough energy to deploy your tanks, and that changes the whole playing field. It makes everything different. When I first used tanks, I didn't know that they took energy to deploy, and I had to surrender after I deploy all my rocket artillery and barrage that suck up all my energy. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind. And I'm so fortunate that I didn't run over the boom mine, because if I did, my tank would lose a lot of their health, and I don't have enough energy to deploy a rocket artillery or barrage to take out the boom mine. So I'm so glad I didn't run over the boom mine. So I'm just hoping that I'll be able to win this battle. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but you never know. That tank is hanging on by it, like, what is that, 10%? No, 5% of its health. And I'm not sure if I can win this. Can I win this? Yeah, I'll be able to win it. I want to be able to win it. Oh, I want to be able to win it. Take that, Terror Stage 6. Tanks do have their pros and cons, and with Dr. Terror, what I usually do is I usually scout the base beforehand before I choose a strategy that I can use, because some bases you cannot attack with warriors, and some bases you can't attack with tanks. So depending on the base, I like to choose my strategy that way, and it seems like it's been working pretty good. But I'm only able to attack Terra up until stage 6, because stage 7 is level 33, and that's a bit too much for me. That's all for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any ideas, questions, or suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you want to see Dr. Terror with heavies and Zookas, click the video on the left. If you want to see Dr. Terror's volcano base, click the one on the right. This is General Boom, and don't forget to boom on.